So my answering the call to country started long before I even knew what it was that was happening. So I grew up in Sydney, and while I knew that I had Aboriginal relatives, I didn't know myself that I was a First Nations person. Um, as I grew, I started doing the family tree, asking questions, and that's when the truth started coming out. But I've always felt more calm, more balanced, barefoot in the dirt, in the water, out bush, on the coast, just in nature. I've always spoken to the moon. I've always looked at the stars. I talk to the plants and the animals. That nurturing side has always been there. But as I grew up, I just thought that's because that's who I was. I didn't know it's because of what my background was. When I moved into this role in Hearing Australia, I began to actually learn about my culture. And while I'm a bit ashamed that it's taking me so long to learn about it, what I'm learning is amazing. So that being barefoot and that talking to the moon and the stars, the love of the ocean, the love of the bush, and the way I am with our animals and plants, it all comes down to the culture and how we care for our earth and our planet. So I'm learning that about myself. But I believe what I'm doing now for work is answering the call. When I was spoken to about the job opportunity with the Happy program, my first thought was great. I'll get to travel a little bit. I'll get to help some people in community. It'll be awesome. But when I was sitting in the waiting room waiting for my job interview for this role, there was a video playing in the reception, and the video was catching dragonflies. And I watched that video maybe 3 or 4 times while I was waiting to go in for my interview. And through that video, I learnt that 85% of Aboriginals in Australian prisons have a permanent hearing loss. And as I watched the video, I learnt that this hearing loss can start while these kids are young. It can start from undetected otitis media. It can lead to the children not learning properly because the teachers put the children down to being ignorant and naughty because the teachers don't understand. And because the children were Aboriginal, they were stereotyped as being naughty kids, which was wrong. This program is giving us the ability to get into these schools and see these kids while they're young. And I believe that me working in this role is answering that call. We're getting out there into community. I'm getting my bare feet on the ground in many, many different lands across this country. We are talking to health workers and Aboriginal health practitioners. We are talking to GPs, and we're talking to parents and early educators and carers. And we're talking to all these people about otitis media and that it's okay if something's not right with your child to go and get help. And we're able to provide that help to people in community. So what we're doing in the Happy program is answering a call. We're going to be able to help these kids hear better. And if they can hear better, then they learn better. If our kids learn better, they have a better chance at employment. And if they've got a better chance at employment, we just might be able to keep them out of the justice system. So we're starting at the beginning. We're starting while the kids are young, and it's amazing. And as corny as it might sound, the change that needs to happen in our culture is starting. When we're out in community, you can feel it. It's not written anywhere, it's not spoken anywhere, but you can feel the changes coming. Our peoples are becoming more, sorry, my puppy dog wants a pat at the moment. I'm glad it's a casual meeting. Our people are becoming more educated and more aware, and we're learning that it's okay to speak up if something's not right, that you're not going to get in trouble, and that there are people there to help you. And that is such important to know for community, because if they're not comfortable speaking up, then we can't make that change. So the change is starting, people are speaking up, and our kids are going to be given a better chance than what their parents had and what their grandparents had. There's been a lot of injustices happen to our people across time, but we can make a change to that now. And that's what we're doing by helping these kids here. And if the kids can hear, they get confidence to speak up, to learn, to ask questions, to grow, And that's what we want. And to me, that's me answering the call to country. It's getting out there and helping make that difference to all the communities that we can get to.